What's Spec Ops for Air Force? Their Wi-Fi slows down to 15 megabytes per second.
Please remember, the views and opinions expressed by this show or any other show on DV Radio and its guests are strictly those of said individuals and do not reflect those of the DV Radio staff, nor the staff of dysfunctional veterans.
Attention, everyone!
You're tuned in live.
DV Radio.
Online and on the go on your mobile device.
Listeners' discretion is advised.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Hey, you're listening to DV Radio with the old guy. I see Bo, who never leaves his couch for some reason. Google and Recoil, and I don't know where Marquis at.
I was going to say he probably went to Kruger.
The little garlic sauce is delicious. You alt-right neo-Nazi bastards better stop it right now.
If you use the cheap sauce, it don't taste good.
It tastes like ass.
And I've got an important message.
Joe Junkie and Carrie Crack are perfectly fine for Tombstone.
Well, Carrie Crack is perfectly fine. She's in New Zealand. I would have sex with Brad Pitt.
How can you even read that with a straight face? Well, I've heard that many like short and tuna can girth, so I'm winning in that round apparently.
You're tuned in to WDVR on dvradio.net or by searching DV Radio on your TuneIn app on your favorite mobile device.
Because this is how it is on DV Radio.
That is how it is right here on Barracks Talk Live. WDVR at dvradio.net. I'm Boulderwood. We got DV6. Google is doing what she likes to do on Saturday night, 2 minutes before the show. She calls it washing dishes, but I'm pretty sure it's showering. Recoil isn't here right now. He might be able to drop by later. And Marquis, well, he's still messing with the phone. How you doing, Six?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah. What did you do to all our hosts?
Man, I'm that good. I'm that good. That's what I did.
You're scaring them away.
That's right.
Scaring them away. Man.
How was your day, man?
It's fun, man. It's fun. I just got back from the VA. Let me tell you a little story. I had to go to a family birthday for a little one in Boston. So I was gone pretty much most of the day. I pull in at 5 o'clock and one of my vets needs to go to the ER right away, the VA ER. So I turn around, get back in the truck, and we go up there. I check him in at 1850. That's 650 for you knuckleheads. And 45 minutes later, I shit you not, he is all done. I was like, yeah, I'm going to make it back in time for the radio show. You remember what you said? It's like, I'm going to go. It was like, we rolled out of here at 5:30. I said, I'll get there about 6:30 or something. And we didn't leave for a few minutes. But we got there, checked in. Once you got through that window process where they need your name or something. And they got to prove you're a vet. But once that was done, then they checked them in the next level of security. And then you got to wait in that room. Then a nurse comes out there and quizzes you and goes,
May I have your attention, please? Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? I repeat, will the real Slim Shady please stand up? We're going to have a problem here.
Whatever your name is. Once you pass that test, then you get to see the nurse, and then you get to see a doctor. He saw a doctor. I was like, holy shit. Our VA, I tell you, hats off to them. I brought them a package of lifesavers, because they are.
Is that a record for any VA, or is that just a record for your VA?
Our VA, usually, what did I tell you? I says, they're pretty good. Like, they average about 2 hours in and out. And if it takes a little longer, they'll apologize and tell you, we're really sorry, we're backed up or something, or we're really sorry you had to wait. And, but yeah, 45 fucking minutes. Wow.
Yeah, when you said that when you got back, I was like, holy shit. That's fucking Speedy Gonzalez there at the VA going on.
Yeah, and our VA is really good. Like I said, I tout it as one of the best in the country, so if not the best. I think all VAs should come up here and take a look at ours. It also helps, too, that we're not flooding it, but...
Yeah.
They must not have been very busy.
Every bed had a pillow on it.
Okay, that doesn't mean there was a vet on every pillow.
I didn't say that.
Every bed was occupied by something at least.
Yep.
Well, you know.
Well, let me ask you this. So, having a vet on a bed slows things down.
Well,
Oh my God, we've got 2 beds and they're both full. We're sorry, but we're not used to this. Having people in beds. You're gonna have to wait 3 days.
well, if you come to my VA, that's about what you get.
There's no. Damn it.
What's that?
But our VA. Well, remember what might happen at your VA is not typical of what happens at ours. So don't go like calling and complaining that you told me that the VA can get me in and out in 45 minutes. Yeah, if you want to drive from California or Phoenix to ours, the travel time is like a couple days, but you will get in and out.
Yeah, we tout on VAs. We give praise to some and we don't others, and that's the thing. All VAs aren't the same, just like all hospitals, and all Walmarts aren't the same. So,
well, I want to wish you a happy Cinco Deported Day.
Cinco de Porte. Oh, that is today, isn't it? Oh shit! It is May 5th, 2018.
That is correct.
I was wondering why someone sent me a happy Cinco fucking text message earlier. I was like, what? This is how much I pay attention to holidays and all these privileged days. I mean, special days.
Well, maybe.
So, any farm updates this week?
Yes. No. Sure. How do I do this? What is going on? You threw me off.
That's great. I'm supposed to keep him on track. Yeah, I keep him on track and throw him off at the same time. This is Dysfunctional Veterans, everybody. We wouldn't be dysfunctional if we didn't throw 6 off. We're professionals here at DV Radio.
Google is still working. Look, I'm getting people that are new to the radio and all the Facebook pages and stuff are asking about the farm coins. I just so happen to have the person in charge of farm coins on the air tonight. Google, what's going on with the farm coins?
I plead the 5th.
What? Haven't you ordered them?
Oh my God.
Hello?
Oh man, I'm here.
Have they been ordered?
No, because I can't get a hold of anyone there.
All right,
I'm working on it.
High quality coins, call us. Apparently, we need a new supplier.
No, it's fine. I have been in contact. It's just don't ask.
Well,
I'm working on it.
Customers,
it's in
don't
progress.
Ask. Hey, when do you get more coins? Don't ask.
Oh my God.
This is a TV store. You don't ask questions like that. What do I tell people?
Due to technical difficulties, if you're trying to order a DV farm coin, please wait and stay tuned for further details as we are trying to get those orders now.
I'm sorry. You're just going to have to donate the money to the farm.
Well, you can go to dvfarm.org and click the donate button on there. And donate.
Why should they donate? I mean, we got all this money from the government, right? No, we do not. Right now, we're full house here. Things are going good. The vets are now approaching another record. This is May, so we're in the 8th month of no relapses and nobody, and the house staying full, which sucks in a way too, because with nobody relapsing, no beds open. With no beds open, no new people can come in. But the program is working. It is long-term rehab, so. If you still, for those who are, I know maybe you're listening or not, you filled out some of you haven't filled out an application. Anytime it can change, if you're interested in getting on the wait list, info at dbfarm.org. You go to dbfarm.org and fill out the application and then send it to info.
I'm actually glad you brought that up, Six. I don't know if I told you, but there was a few weeks ago I was actually going through one of the posts on DV that you had put up for the farm, and someone said there's no way I'd ever get in, and I lost the post. I wish I could find it, but that's the thing. You don't ever know if you're going to get in or not if you never fill out an application.
How many times, right, when we had the bed open,
Yep.
I would contact the people who expressed interest that went through the process of being interviewed, filled out the application, and then told they were approved, and to check in every week. And some of them do check in every week. And then when it's time to come, they don't answer the phone. They don't call back. They don't email back. And then they got their 3 sheets to win. But that's the thing about addiction and alcoholism and being homeless, you know.
Well,
I'm there. People want to get clean and sober, and then, you know, the addiction takes over, and they're gone.
Well, I told you about one of my friends that I deployed with that went through rehab not too long ago, and he said he'd never get in. And I'm going to say to the listeners, just like I told him, look at filling out an application for the farm just like you would a resume for a job. As long as you keep it updated, you check in every now and then, you never know whether or not you're going to get in if you never fill out an application. So,
yeah. So again, all right. My train of thought's gone again. Good job. Bye. I hope they didn't hear that on the air when it just happened.
Well,
that your train of thought is gone? Mm-hmm. You did kind of say it out loud.
That's not what I was talking about.
I said, he shit himself.
Okay. So the time is now 9:11. That's just plain wrong.
That's 21:11.
Don't forget also too that we have entered into the foray of MeWe.com. Look for the Dysfunctional Veterans group there. We drop links from time to time on the Facebook page, but there is no censorship over there, and so far so good. Except for today, Bo did get yelled at by the organization for uploading copyrighted material. But you know, sometimes we make mistakes.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me that got yelled at.
Okay, but express. But there is no censorship over there. And right now, we're over 300 members and growing. So get in. There's a running chat right now. All the restrictions are off, so anybody can post. That does get rescinded from time to time as we're trying to learn. If people start really going, you know, if we're getting calls from the devil himself going, holy fuck, you know, we might think about pulling it back a little bit.
Hey, I feel like saying there is no censorship followed by we got yelled at for posting this, then there is some type of censorship.
Well, yes, there is. You can't post shit like encouraging people to kill themselves. We're not going to put up with racism. And no DV6 jokes.
No DV sex jokes? Is that what you said?
Sick. And fucking people, get out of the fucking left lane on the highway. I'm going to Boston. Everybody's in the left lane. The right lane's wide open, but I can't get over there because everybody's in the middle lane too. And then the ones that are slowing me down in the left lane, it was all females today and on their fucking phone.
Of course.
On their fucking phone. I mean, look, I may be doing 100, you know, but I'm not on my phone. I'm paying attention, you know. So
I shit you guys not. 6 passes this lady, and for a good solid minute, he keeps looking in his rearview mirror. Oh, on your phone, looking down, still looking down, looking down, still looking down.
Still looking down. And she's drifting. You're drifting right. Drifting right. You're drifting right. But that's okay. I hear, I'm doing the speed limit. You know, this is my rant, too. It's like, we're supposed to be, we're Americans, right? I have a right to be in the left lane. I'm doing the speed limit. I'm a special snowflake. No wonder there's fucking traffic jams everywhere, you know? It's like, you ever look, the right lane's wide open. I want to go my own pace. That's what the fucking far right lane for. You can do that in the middle lane. All you're doing is aggravating more people in the left lane. And you're on your phone. The middle lane is for checking status updates and telling people about how you're interfering in the smooth flowing of traffic. I mean, we were the most retarded. We got more retards on the road. And that's offensive to retards because, you know, they don't even drive. But fuck, come on. I know. Oh, I'm lowering the volume. I hit a button. Shit. There we go. I'm back. Yeah, but hey, knock on wood again. 7 days up here in Gilson with no snow at all falling. No. But going back to the farm, in all seriousness.
What was the day it snowed?
7 days. It's a record. No snow. Duh.
No, I think it's been less than that.
7 days, no snow.
back to the farm.
Yeah, thank you. One word. Now I forgot. I got so much to talk about, but only when it's the counterman what you just said.
You guys have a beautiful sign up.
I got her sign right here.
Signs everywhere, sign. Blocking up the scenery, breaking my mind.
We did get a new sign for the farm.
I know
it's on our door.
I know
on our house. I mean,
no, it's been more than 7 days. Google.
I thought we were talking about the farm. Man, I tell you what, when 6 goes squirrel, he stays squirrel for a while.
So here's the other thing too. I've been extremely busy, and I know that's just a fucking excuse, but I 2 weeks overdue on a live video update on the main page, and I know I haven't been posting anything to the farm page. The vets here are getting, in all seriousness, a lot out of the program. We just had our weekly in-house meeting with our vet who's in charge of drug and alcohol treatment on the property here. He's an asset, Joe Martin. He comes on his own time down from Manchester to do that. The backhoe has been instrumental in getting so much work done. The residents are learning about equipment operation. They're building up their confidence, their self-esteem. They're learning how to use these different tools. I mean, I have one today tell me he's a little nervous about some of this stuff. I says, you were in the military, didn't you? You get a class on this shit. That's what we're doing. The biggest thing is don't break it. We're not going to do PowerPoint presentations, and I'll tell you why. I didn't do it when I was in the military, and I don't know how they work. So we don't do them here.
The good thing about the equipment and learning things is they learn how to sew on the equipment. That's the good thing with zip ties.
Yeah, there's no sense of bringing that up because I haven't uploaded the photo.
I know, but it's just hilarious. I couldn't help it.
So, yeah, the backhoe has been we're still ahead of the power curve in repairs as far as we're still saving money on this rig that we purchased, but it's broken a couple times. Radiator, because of the age, went when we first got it. That was attributed to me, but then the mechanic said no, it was its time. Then I seen them guys out there operating it, and then 10 minutes later they're all online, like a police call. So I'm looking out from the office window across the field into the wood line, and they're all got their heads down, and I'm like, hey, everything okay? You guys looking for something? No, we're just all going for a walk. Yeah, right. And then that day I see them down. Everybody's busting their ass down in the shop. But I didn't look to see what's going on. The next day I'm walking by the backhoe, and the fender is all sewn up with zip ties. Every one little piece is missing. It's a plastic fender or some kind of
fiberglass. Is that what it is?
Yeah. And so it's it was just cheaper than ordering it when we zip tied it all together. I'm going to find that picture on the phone. I'll upload it to farm right now as we
That's
speak.
Funny.
It looks
actually
like a baseball.
Yeah, it looks like somebody actually took a sewing needle and sewed that bitch up. That's what it looks like.
I need a good caption for this. Oh, I took the Wi-Fi off. Here it is.
Learn to dig and sew all on the same equipment.
Martha Stewart's. We used Martha Stewart's garage. No, Martha Stewart fixed our fender for us. Martha Stewart's School of Repair. Stewart's.
While you're doing that, Six, I was just looking.
I need help with this caption.
And
I thought you were.
We had snow on April 30th.
Oh my God, we're still on the snow thing.
Yep. You can't argue with a woman. I'm right, Martha Stewart, because she remembers shit I did from 1972.
I wasn't alive back then, so I'm serious though. That's why, because I remember. I remember because you had said last week we finally have a few nice days, so I think the snow is finally done. And then April 30th, we woke up and it was snowing.
As long as you tell me this when I'm trying to get ready to start a new paragraph on a new subject or something.
I will. That's why I waited.
Yeah. Keep doing that. I mean, we're shorthanded guests. You lose me. You guys are really SOL.
In case you guys are just tuning in, this is the DV6 Google Who's Better Hour right here on dvradio.net WDVR. I'm Boner Wood, your narrator for this evening.
All right, it just went up. It just went up.
I actually think that might be good for a sound bite.
I was going to say, it's a good thing we don't have any issues.
Yeah.
Hey, don't say we don't have issues because you know it's going to happen.
Yep.
Well, you don't think your sister listens to DV radio, does she?
You're not going to go into that.
What happened? I pissed off somebody today. It was going to be a learning experience. I get to share with everybody on the show.
No.
Oh, yeah. Well, stop correcting me on the snow. It's a record.
Okay.
Woo!
Right.
All right. So, what else? So in the news, I hear that it's Trump is putting a lot of soldiers out of work. I saw on CNN, Trump is laying off all these American soldiers in Korea because he's getting rid of the war.
What?
That is fake news.
No president's ever gotten rid of this war. Not even come close. You must be
or gotten something for without giving them something.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember, he was going to start World War III.
He must be giving them jobs and trillions of dollars. You have to be wrong, Six.
No, I've heard the same thing, but no, that is actually fake news. Nothing is happening to our soldiers in South Korea.
I didn't say there were. I was kidding. I was making an example how, like, whenever. Oh my God!
Oh, you were making
humor.
You were making a joke that wasn't quite hilarious. You've been doing that a lot lately. You've been making some not so funny jokes.
Okay.
Do we want to discuss the other fake news that came out this week from NBC?
Go ahead. Take over. Go for it.
Well,
I don't know what to do here. Go ahead, talk. Go ahead. You got this. I'm gonna go eat supper.
How NBC said that Michael Cohen's phone lines were wiretapped and they had proof of this and credible sources, and then ABC backed it up by saying that we personally looked into this and that is so true. And I was like, yep, okay. So then that became a whole day of crazy news. And at the end of the day, right before the 6 o'clock hour, it came out that it was really fake news. And then everybody stopped talking about it.
Everybody stopped talking about it?
Yeah.
Oh no, this calls for a rim shot.
Well, but the funny thing was, it was the #1 story all day long on like all the mainstream media, and but then when it came out that it was fake news, everyone just pulled it off their website, and no one even corrected anything or whatever. NBC is the only one that made a comment about it.
Oh, nice. Well, they are doing something right for once.
It was just funny, but technically, I mean, it wasn't truly fake news because the FBI used a pen register on Cohen's phone line, and with a pen register, you can, other than seeing just who's calling and whatnot, you can actually listen in to the phone conversations, although it is very illegal. But it would not surprise me if that's what they were doing.
I hate to change the subject, but I hope Six hasn't been spamming the page because I'm spamming the page again. and then we'll get somebody going, why are you spamming the page? You can't really spam your own page, dipshit.
I know, right?
Speaking of dipshit, it's like one of the conversations I had with the vet I had to transport to the ER was he was trying to tell me about how his senators keep voting against these bills that are trying to help veterans. I says, are you sure that it's the bill itself and not what's been attached to it that they're voting against? He goes, what do you mean? I explained to him, which a lot of people don't know, is that, when you see these people, look, these people voted against, they're against veterans, all these Republicans or whoever. And they go like, do you understand that when a bill is presented, people like to sneak stuff into it that, otherwise they wouldn't vote for. And it's the only way to get it through. And obviously, whoever sponsors the bill and that group of senators is like, what the hell is this? We're going to provide funding to people who want to fuck sheep to get funding for the VA. Can't vote for that. That's a waste of money. Blah, blah, blah. Get that shit out of here. No. We're putting the bill like it is. So they vote down the bill because it's a waste of money. Not for the veteran issue, but for all the other crap they attach to it. He's like, I didn't know that. I says, yeah. And that's, when you see shit on Facebook, oh, look at these guys are voting again. You're going to need to, do your homework. I says, also, too. I says, here's one I keep getting sick of everybody spamming our page with. Oh, NRA banned guns when Pence came. No, you dipshit. If you think that the Secret Service is going to allow weapons in at an event with the president or the vice president, or Hillary Clinton for that matter, you're on drugs. It's like, that's a nice soundbite. NRA bans guns. Yeah, okay, really? All right, yeah.
I heard about that. I thought it was hilarious.
You're really that stupid?
Actually,
I'm
Six.
Think for a second this one through.
Six. When me and you talked about that the other day, I actually scrolled through my Facebook news feed for once out of like 2 months, and I actually saw one of my friends share that and said, "Thank God they're doing something right." And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Really? How fucking idiotic, retarded dipshit can you be? Like, holy fuck!"
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, it's and listen, I'm confused. Maybe one of you guys can help me. Okay, so the Boy Scouts you had brought this up. I think it was you. It's not going to be Scouts. They're just going to be called Scouts, but it's the BSA.
It's the Scouts. It's the Scouts BSA, which is Scouts Boy Scouts of America. But they're changing it to Scouts BSA so the females can join and it not be it be gender neutral.
But Bo, it's BSA stands for Boy Scouts of America, so it's Scouts Boy Scouts of America.
That's what he just said.
So taking away the boy at the beginning of the sentence kind of defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah, that's where I was
of changing the name.
Yeah, I just want to know: can I go back and go back to being a Boy Scout again? Because if they're gonna have a Scout co-ed tents, they're not gonna have co-ed tents, and okay.
Well,
no, they won't.
It's hilarious and retarded that they're doing this because even though the Girl Scouts of America isn't founded by the BSA or have any back-in with the BSA, the Girl Scouts of America was founded due in part because they weren't allowed to join the BSA back in the early 1900s. And that's been the tradition ever since they were founded. And that's how it's been. Now that we have all this, I'm transgender fluid, WD-40 fucking foam shit, we have to have everything where everybody can join. I mean, I can't go to the local moose. Well, I was going to say something about the Moose Lodge, but go ahead.
No, because we've been accused of being against veterans that are going through whatever transgender and this and that we're against Muslims, we're against females, we're against everything. Well, we're not. But the individual opinions of any one of our hosts does not reflect the whole page or whatever. Anybody can come in and if you're a vet or a DV and comment, and you don't have to be.
I've actually got a problem with that, Six, because if
they would listen to the podcast like you should right here on dvradio.net. Go to Podbean, iTunes, and you can search DV Radio and listen to our past podcasts. But anyway, if you would listen to our past podcasts, you would find out that we have listeners that are transgender. We actually had a conversation, me and Recoil, about transgenders with the transgender listener right here in chat on dvradio.net about a year ago.
Have you ever like have one of your hosts start talking and so you got like distracted and went to the DV page to see what they're posting and you start reading what they posted and you go, hey, and I didn't finish the whole thing. So the meme is, what's the weirdest thing someone has done to you during sex? And then I go down to the comments and Bill Cosby put, woke up.
Right.
God.
That's so weird.
Saw that one earlier. I was like, oh my God, can't put that one on the DV page.
I'm putting that on there.
Okay. Well, this will be 3 months that DV6 gets for being banned from Facebook.
Who gave me that one? This guy, Dan Woods, has been pretty good. He
Since we haven't got to talk about it, and it is 21:30, that's 9:30 for you assholes on the East Coast, we need to talk about PTSDog real quick. He's short $300 to publish the book, and he wants to get it published by Mother's Day. So, if you haven't been able to donate, hey, go donate right now at his GoFundMe. If you still can't donate, share and spread the word. Let everybody know that he needs $300 more to get this published. Everything's finalized. All they need is the money to publish it. That's GoFundMe.com.
$300. Go to his page.
That's GoFundMe.com/Let's Publish PTSDog, or click the link in dvradio.net chat or in the description on the podcast. And we also have
just go to his page. You'll find his GoFundMe right there. He's short 300.
That's PTSDog on Facebook.
Yeah, we share stuff all the time. All right, I'm going to shut up again. Go ahead.
We also have a couple of guests tonight, Ron and Filthy Rich of the Struggle Brothers. It's their pre-debut interview. What does that mean? That means their show is being syndicated in a couple of days. That's Monday, May 7th, right here on dvradio.net, exclusively right now. So far, you'll find out why the fuck they want to be with us right here on DV Radio. and why.
Speaking of which, Google needs to tell you guys, if you don't know, there's only 2 days left of this. What's going on, Google?
That's where I was getting
thought Bo was trying to finish talking.
No. Let Six go ahead. Go, Six. Go.
Considering
wants to fucking argue tonight.
Considering what I have to say has absolutely zero to do with a new show coming on our network.
This is what my segue was going to be. They're going to tell you why the fuck they want to be right here on DV Radio and syndicated with us, which, again, starts Monday, May 7th at 8 p.m., 2000 Eastern Standard Time. And also, funny enough, is the deadline for pre-orders for the politically incorrect, not liable for hurt feelings t-shirt at mydvstore.com. That's the politically incorrect, not liable for hurt feelings pre-order shirt that is no longer for pre-order after May 7th. That's this coming Monday on mydvstore.com. So go over there, get them right now. Is there anything else that I'm forgetting?
I think you covered it.
People need to use sentences.
Well, see, DV6, if you wouldn't step on everybody and let them get out what they have to while they're still talking.
Yeah, right.
When you're talking and we step on you and you get really upset because you can't finish a thought. Well, I can't finish a segue when you step on me, you asshole. Fucking dick bag. And while we're talking about, fundraising, donations, and going to mydvstore.com and getting your pre-orders for the politically incorrect shirt, head over to smile.amazon.com this week up until Mother's Day and anytime after that, but especially if you're getting something for your mom or your stepmom or your mother-in-law, because we know all of you want to get your mother-in-law something lovely this Mother's Day. Go over to smile.amazon.com, make DV Farm your charity of choice, and a portion of your shopping cart goes to the DV Farm. Just make sure that DV Farm is your charity of choice, and that's smile.amazon.com. Was you going to say something, Six? Because you kept going,
Who, me?
No, I said Six, but apparently he can't hear. But
what? I'm not breathing. Oh my fucking god!
He's busy. He's trying to get a post up or something.
Well, that being said, we do need to go to break, so we'll be back on the other side of the break with the Ron and Filthy Rich interview from Struggle Brothers right here on WDVR, Barracks Talk, dvradio.net.
DV Radio.
Hello, I'm DV David and not from Microsoft. Gerbils got stuck in my vocal output virtual cord. Thanks a lot, DV6, you are a dick. Why in the fuck are all the hosts and listeners laughing? My electronic vocals are seriously screwed up. I'm highly offended. Please go to mydvstore.com and grab a mug, t-shirt, and some stickers today. Please. Then, I can have my voice sound normal. DV6 fucked it up by asking for Siri. Screw Apple. You are the reason we cannot have nice things.
Yeah, well fuck you.
Stop pushing fucking buttons, you asswipe. I am trying to promote our merchandise. Stop that shit. You need to get that service gerbil deeper inside your colon. It's not working, only giving you a dirty Sanchez it would seem. mydvstore.com, please. It would mean the micro world to me. Also, may I have a micro bite of bacon, please? Fuck this shit. If I had voted Hillary, then I might still have my normal voice.
Don't touch anybody and don't yell. This is the account.
The account, as Ron Ripley knows it.
Well, I'll give it a whirl.
You gotta give it a whirl, man. That's good stuff.
The safe word is harder. Wow, that's a vision right there.
From Studio 395 in San Diego, California.
Feel pretty darn good.
It's the Struggle Brothers Show.
I'll need a fucking Tide Pod right now. I don't give a shit.
We talked about this.
Anyone that's offended, fuck them.
I'm a big fan, personally.
DV Radio is for our fellow brothers and sisters, and it's all free of charge for our listeners, our guests, and even those that have shows right here on dvradio.net. We do everything in-house, from mixing and recording ads and shows to the website and all that you get from us. We love promoting veteran-owned businesses and highlighting those in the veteran community. So if you would like to continue to hear what we bring to you and have even more in the future with the best quality that we can possibly bring to you, please head over to dvradio.net and click that PayPal donation button. Any amount is welcome, from $1 to $100 million that your uncle lets you in his trust fund. So please head over to dvradio.net and click that PayPal donation button right now.
DV Radio.
You're listening to WDVR on dvradio.net.
You're listening to Barracks Talk with DV6, Google, Recoil, Marquis Davis, and Bonerwood.
So we're back to WDVR Barracks Talk live right here on dvradio.net. As you heard in the break, Struggle Brothers podcast thing, something, I don't know what the hell it is, but we're syndicating it right here on dvradio.net. It's going to debut May 7th. That's Monday at 20:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we've got Filthy Rich and Ron Ripley. And I think you remember Ron Ripley. You there, brother?
I'm here, man.
So, before we get into the interview, tell us a little bit about yourself to remind our listeners and the listeners who don't fucking know your fame and how big you are. And then, Rich, you tell us who you are, and we can go right into it.
Well, I am an incredibly famous comedian based out of San Diego, California. My name is Ron Ripley. I was in the Air Force for 5 years. I went to Iraq twice, and I dropped my gun maybe 3 or 4 times. And now I just live the dream of a man with a giant cock in California.
Sexy.
With me is my good friend, local music legend and icon, Mr. Filthy Rich. He is, we together, we co-host the Struggle Brothers podcast.
Yeah. I did not join the military because my mother said, you should join the military. And I said, there's no fucking way that this is a good idea.
Fuck you, Mom. That's a terrible idea.
And so I did not do that. And I am a musician, highly paid studio musician. I am up for hire for anyone who needs a ditty or two, intro music, whatever you need.
Filthy sticky licks is what this guy throws down.
Yeah.
And
So you got that going for
well,
you.
it's actually cool. All the music for our show is done by Rich. So like our intro is all his original work, and what's become our outro music is also his. And then on occasion we sometimes collaborate, like we did in our last episode where we reenacted the gunfight from the movie Heat. But we just did it. We couldn't get the sound to work, so we just did it, creatively ourselves, like pew pew. So, and it was an emotional scene to recreate, and I wept.
I could die telling you this stuff, dog. Die walking the doggy.
You get killed walking your doggy. But yeah, so that's me, and that's Rich. The Struggle Brothers show is it's comedy, it's music, it's entertainment, it's not so current events. It's a lot of fake news. It's a lot of bad impressions. It's a lot of togetherness, friendship, soul healing conversations, and truly offensive banter. Terrible puns, occasional racist humor. We're told it's one of the Pope's favorite podcasts.
Nice. Have you actually been to the Vatican to have it? What is it?
Holified? No, we're not allowed. There's a do not fly list for that specifically, and
to Italy.
Yeah,
basically.
Rich and I are on it. They're like, no Pope for you.
All right.
No Pope for you.
No Pope for you.
Apparently he loves us. Hats off to your papalness if he's listening. He listens. He tunes in sometimes. He's a little stalker of that Pope.
So you're one of the Vatican children, I take it.
No, I would have, aside from providing the Pope with an amazing podcast, I really have nothing to do with his business, which is fine because he doesn't really intermingle with my business. It's a very mutually respectful podcasting relationship we have with the Pope. When you agree,
right.
Yeah.
Nice.
So nice. Figure out his business model. I gotta tell you that.
So the reason for tonight's interview is the pre-interview debut of your guys' show being syndicated right here on dbradio.net. If you guys want to find out more about them, go to strugglebrothers.com while you're listening to us. My first question is, why the hell do you want to be associated with our jackasses?
Because I love all sorts of military fucks, man. I was in the military. I did my time, and one of my favorite sayings was, "When it's all hands on deck, even the shitbags get called." And as a shitbag, I'm here, man.
So you're calling Filthy Rich a shitbag too? Is that right? I think he called you a shitbag.
He is by association. It's kind of like how. It's kind of like how the president is like an honorary fighter pilot or whatever.
Or president.
Or, it's like that's what Rich is.
Nice.
He's just filthy about it, and that's why he's got his name.
So,
but no, man, I'm happy to be affiliated with DV Radio just because, I think you guys do a lot of good for the veteran community, and there's just not enough of it in the world. So if I can ever be part of helping make that a reality more widespread to the general population, then I'm happy to do it, man.
Nice.
You guys are good people. I like it. Fine Americans.
Well, if you follow the DV page, you know that we're the cause of the VA not helping people because we have a VA shirt, and that we're the cause of it.
Anytime I can help battle Big VA, Big V. Although I am, hey man, thanks for the monies to my education. I appreciate that. I did earn it, fuckers.
Exactly. So my question.
But I'm just happy to be part of another veteran organization that's not part of the Me Too movement. Say what you want about DV Radio. Not one Me Too hashtag. Good for you guys.
Okay, after this airs, you guys, I'm going to have a Me Too hashtag on Twitter, so be looking out for that. So my next question for both of you, why did you guys decide to do a podcast?
Oh.
This is actually... Rich, do you want to tell the story?
This is my third podcast, and after two failed podcasts, I was sitting.
The third podcast is always for love.
I was sitting in a bar, drowning my sorrows, listening to Ron tell jokes to the very attractive and uninterested bartendress.
As they usually are.
Paige, she's beautiful. And suffice it to say, I saw some potential here, and I thought, I can shape him into something amazing and beautiful. And also, I just need something to do on Monday night, so we decided to start a podcast. No, actually, I just wanted to. I've always wanted to do it. I love the idea of just being able to speak my mind and do it in this particular format. And I literally just said, "Hey, have you ever thought about doing a podcast?" And it just took a while to kind of figure out if that's what you wanted to do.
But yeah, I mean,
it's
I never
sort of
really...
weird. It's like, is this guy trying to hit on me?
Right? Am I about to get is this about to get a Me Too hashtag? Or, but no, it was like, I considered podcasting because I know a lot of other comedians, they do podcasts, but I just, didn't have access to the equipment, didn't really know much about the process or anything like that outside of being a guest on on Barracks Talk. But I was like, yeah, man, I could do something like this, and I've got some space for it. And so Rich and I were just kind of like, well, I think he approached it like if it were a Howard Stern type situation, like you would be Howard and I would be Robin. And I was like, all right, that's cool.
I've always wanted to be
an attractive black woman with technical savvy
and dreadlocks. Yeah.
So I mean, and then we just kind of started, and originally it was just like, cool. It's a way for me to do comedy and Rich's music to have an outlet, and because I wasn't hitting open mics as much as I could with my school schedule. So for me, podcasting just seemed like a good way to keep sharp on my skills. And again, it's all very conveniently close. Rich and I are geographically pretty close to each other. So, we can hang whenever we need to.
Cool.
So it all it was very easy, and it all just happened. And then now we're like, 34 episodes in, 35 or something like that.
So this is, we're approaching a year doing this.
Yeah, we've been good about it, doing it like every week.
That was my next question.
We try not to touch politics. Really, ideally, it's like we wanted to be a podcast that people would like, if you were on a long car trip, if you had an hour and a half commute, it'd be something that you would listen to that would be a break from, mainstream media and your Facebook feed, and it'd still be relevant because, we talk about, things that are going on currently, but at the end, we're just two guys having some beers in a garage, expensive ass studio, that are just talking about like what they heard on the news that day, really. And, there's definitely times when, we've said things that we weren't, right about. Like, I think like when Hugh Hefner died, I was like, yeah, man, good old Hugh Hefner. I like that guy. And then it was like, nope, turns out he was actually kind of a creeper. And it's
Right,
like, well, we're not always right, but it's, we just, we're kind of opining on things as they occur to us. So, and I thought that would be something that would connect and resonate with a group of people that just might be looking for something, because the last thing we are is telling anybody how to think.
Right.
And I think there's a nice like idea to escape from their daily, what am I trying to say? Rich, finish my
daily grind of life.
Yeah. Fuck the daily grind. That's why it's like the last line of the show. In a world that loves its heroes, man, don't be afraid to be your own.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I really love about your guys' podcast, and I think that really turned me on to it, was the fact that you don't touch on, when you do touch on politics, it's not, let's talk about how bad politics is. It's more of a open, free, carefree, let's humor ourselves kind of thing. And then, like you said, the daily grind, get away from that, escape from reality type deal, and I love that. I know you guys aren't centered around certain topics on your shows, and that's great. Sometimes you do have a theme. That's even more wonderful. But yeah, as a whole, I love that. Like I said, that turned me on immediately to you guys. And I know you're not focusing towards veterans, but our community, as you know, Ron, loves shit like that. And I know these guys are going to love it, especially when you hear this interview. And I think you're hearing it right now because we're on dvradio.net, WDVR, Barracks Talk, live. Anyway, the
fun thing is like kind of piggybacking on what you said. I think some of the funnest shows that we've ever had is like when we have guests,
Right.
Yeah.
And we really try to, like, you know, we'll do shows on our own, and it's just kind of like, oh, how was your vacation? Oh, did you hear about what the kids are snorting on Facebook today? Like, but when we have guests on, it's like, we had one guy on, Todd Schmidt, who's a professional cosplay artist. And so he's like, he dresses up like all sorts of personalities and roles, but like he recently did Iceman and the Silver Surfer at Comic-Con. And so like he was all over the news, and that was cool. We interviewed a guy, Captain Matt Presley, who's a sea urchin harvester. And he's like one of like the last people in San Diego that dives down and harvests sea urchins. And like he's just got fucking crazy, obscene fishing stories that are hilarious. I don't think I've ever laughed so fucking hard. Who else? We had British Tim.
British Tim is great. British Tim, and then we've had we also had some comedians on here.
We've had a ton of comedians. We've had Mike Coppolino. We've had Tyrone Thomas. We had Billy Orm. We had Mike DeVore, who I'd like to bring. DeVore, yeah. I'd like to. I think he's going to come to New York with me, and maybe you guys will see him. And his episode was like, we had my other friend Jay, who is totally unrelated, but they were just like these two Asian guys, and so it's like the whole episode was like Asian humor, people doing voices, impressions. It was fucking hilarious. You know, it's the show is getting better, especially like the farther into it we get, and it's like evolving, and we're getting, you know, we're starting to, you know, come up with ideas for segments and things like that. So it really is kind of staying fresh week to week, but it's so much fun.
That's one thing that's hard about shows and podcasts in general, is just staying relevant and trying to keep up with everything that's going on in life and what's trending. And I mean, like I said, even though you guys don't focus on certain things, you have to keep up with daily life. Rich, I got a question for you, since you mentioned it and Ron mentioned it. You do the music thing. Is that like something you do? I call you up and you would make me something, or I go to websites? Like, what's that all
Good
about?
luck. I'm trying to get him to make background music for this show.
Are you asking as like a request that you need something personally, or is it just in general? An individual will come to look and say it's not a formalized thing. It's really
he's a desperado, man. His guitar is for hire.
Who you know, and obviously I'm known to do this type of stuff, but I've never really formally done it. I suppose we're with a website where obviously it's all word of mouth, and that's how I managed to do it. And I do it because I love it. So obviously, if anybody needs those kinds of services, they can come to strugglebrothers.com and shoot us an email. Tell me what you're looking for.
Yeah, I think the best way to answer that question would be like if you went to the Struggle Brothers website, strugglebrothers.com. And heard like the background music, and that was one of the things that sold me on Rich immediately. He was just like, you know, here's something I'd like to use for the intro. And from a comedic standpoint, and growing up in New England, I loved the Kids in the Hall growing up, and Rich's music to me had like that. It was like a surf tone, but a rock tone, and it was, you know, timeless too. It's like it's something I could listen to at any point, and it was still like really like, you know, it was tasteful and fun to listen to.
Right.
So, I mean, if you went down to the website and you listened to it and you sent us an email, at strugglebrothershow@gmail.com, I'm sure Rich would love to entertain any kind of opportunity.
Nice.
And if he can't do it, he'll say, you know what, let me hook you up with this guy I know. His name's Jimmy Page. He'll be able to get you exactly what you need. I'm just not, you know, I can't give you what Jimmy.
I'm not very good with the open tuning, so Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page will just hook you right up. We're also very tight friends with Jimmy Page, but not at all.
With proper plan.
Right. So you guys do have a podcast. It's on podbean.com as well as where ours is. That's Struggle Brothers as well, I'm assuming.
Yeah, the Struggle Brothers Show. It's easy to find. It's a little lime green square icon with two stick figures boxing in it.
Nice.
And if you can't find it based off that description, you are an idiot.
Well, you know, it's funny you bring that up, because I think you sent me a screenshot not too long ago, and our podcasts were like right beside each other.
Yeah, no, it was cool. Like it was, cause we were getting a lot of traffic on ours. And it just so happened, like I was checking on, another podcast, that I follow, and It was just like, oh, recommended for you. It's Struggle Brothers and DVR. I'm like, ha! How about that? So that was very cool.
You said that to me, I was like,
get that
what
love from iTunes.
Yeah, what's the odds of that? I mean, millions of podcasts and the two that are working together right beside one another. Like, but, yeah,
Is it coincidence or is it just like big networking NSA? Maybe this is just the Matrix, man, and we didn't even have any choice. Like, this was just ordained by
it's all Russia, man.
Freeman or
I'm telling you, it's Russia.
Morpheus.
It's Russian. It's Russian collusion. It's already been. It's Russian. I've done an interview with you guys.
There's no collusion, comrade. I promise. There's no collusion.
You knew you were going to do it.
He knew he was bringing it up, and I'm telling him there's no collusions. There's prostitutes, but no collusions.
I'm going to drop the link here in radio chat on dbradio.net. But I done a crossover show with you guys a week or so ago. Might be 2 weeks now. I can't remember. But that was fun. We talked a lot about the DV farm, DV. We really hit on the VA there for a minute, about 10 or 15 minutes, I think.
Did we get gay? Oh, VA.
VA.
I thought he said we hit on. I thought we got gay for like 10 to 15 minutes.
VA.
He did say VA. I mean, we were all right.
Well, we were tickling a few balls.
Yeah.
But that was fun. It was dysfunctionally struggling, as I believe I recall telling you guys that should be the name of your podcast, because before the show we could not figure out how to get Skype to work on recording, and it reminded me of a normal Saturday night for Barracks Talk, like the technical aspect.
Yeah. Right? In 2 years, maybe we'll own a whole bunch of podcasts.
Right. But
that's dumb. That was so dumb.
For you guys, do you have any events? I know, Ron, you're doing the Saturday night stand-up. I don't know what you've got going on, Rich, because I know we don't get to actually talk much because we're both so busy.
Is anybody going to be out in San Diego?
Yeah, if you got listeners in San Diego over there, Filthy Rich is going to be you're doing a gig Cinco de Drinko, huh?
Cinco de Mayo, yeah, Paradise Point.
Cinco de Mayo at Paradise Point. Go see Filthy Rich.
9 p.m.
Nice. Is there anywhere they can get more information on that if they're interested and they're out that way or they're going to be out that way,
Just
Rich?
go to paradisepoint.com, I imagine.
In San Diego? I mean, I don't know.
We'll be listed on the website.
Yeah.
But,
what about you, Ron?
I'm at the Comedy Store as the doorman and sometimes popcorn maker. Pretty much like 4 to 5 nights a week now. So if you're in San Diego and want to see a real comic and then get some popcorn from me, then you can do that at the La Jolla Comedy Store.
Nice. And do you want to tell our listeners where that's located in case some live out that way?
It's in La Jolla.
Okay, La Jolla. I must have missed that because I didn't hear La Jolla.
If you're in San Diego, you know where La Jolla is.
Well, you know,
the Comedy Store is located right next to the fucking Maserati dealership, okay? It's La Jolla.
Ron, you obviously have not followed us on the page very long. Have you seen the questions our followers have? Like, holy shit.
No, but we'd love to, and they can send them to us through you.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm sure all the folks that are listening will be.
No, man, and that's cool. And then finally, I'll pitch my Instagram. Follow me on Ron Ripley Riot. You can see pictures of my dog and Legos and other comedy-related stuff and Struggle Brothers stuff that I do. You know, I'm currently rocking about 300 followers. That are banned. Those are like people that I think are stalking me because I'm super famous, so I ban them. But I've got a lot of followers. But if you want to follow me, you can follow.
Okay, so
I got a lot of cool pictures of my dog.
Before we end the interview, one more time so everybody knows, where can they go to check out your podcast? I know you just done the social media. Anything else that you need to get out really quick? You've got 30 seconds.
No. I think we've covered everything, man, but I do want to say thanks again for picking us up as your first syndicated show. The Struggle Brothers, we're happy to give you guys a little bit of love and entertainment from the West Coast and prove that we're,
worthy.
Yeah, we're not all douchebags and cunts out here. Some of us are actually pretty cool fucking people.
Yep.
And we're just happy to be your friend.
Thank you. You got a friend in me. So, like I said,
got a friend in me.
Like I said, one more time, let our listeners know where they can find your podcast, your website.
Struggle Brothers Strugglebrothers.com. Go to Facebook and go to facebook.com/Struggle Brothers Show, or Struggle Brothers rather. And then they can give us an email at strugglebrothershow@gmail.com. And is there anything else I'm missing?
Or just go to iTunes, go to Podbean if you have the app downloaded, and then search for Struggle Brothers. And like I said, we're the lime green icon with the 2 boxing stick figures.
Nice.
Waiting to get you sexified.
Nice. Sounds like a gay time and high time. So, you guys, we're going to end it right here. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Rich, for wanting to be syndicated with us. Thank you for coming on tonight for the pre-interview debut. You guys, that was the Struggle Brothers. Go to strugglebrothers.com, Struggle Brothers on Podbean, iTunes, all that good stuff. Check them out. You don't want to miss it. They're going to be debuting here on May 7th. That is Monday. That's either tonight or tomorrow for those listening on podcast right here on dvradio.net, 2000, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have a lot of other shows that's going to be syndicated. We are working on Up in Arms debuting later this month, as well as Media Litter Sandwich with Toden. And we've got a couple others that's going to be hopefully original shows coming very, very soon. DV6, Google, are you guys there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yep.
I wish I could have got to talk to him, but I kept my mouth shut during that interview. How'd I do?
You actually done good this time. I'm proud of you.
You couldn't even hear me breathing. You were doing such a fantastic job. I'm gonna nominate you as the lead guy for all interviews.
I thought he already was.
Oh, thanks a lot.
But then you jump in.
As she jumps in.
I didn't jump in.
No, I'm looking forward to that, along with the new shirt.
Which you can pre-order right now, politically incorrect, over at mydvstore.com by Monday, May 7th, when it ends. How's that? Was that a good segue?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
All right, I'm going to go poop.
Don't fucking forget. You couldn't go poop all that time. You have
I didn't
45
know when
minutes.
he was going to say, do I have anything to say? So that's what I'm saying.
Oh, my God.
Well, I was
See
going
what I have to deal with.
Well, I was going to tease next week's show 6.
So wait to go poop?
Well, if you can wait 2 minutes.
I can wait.
Okay. So we've actually got 2 amazing guests coming on next week, and one of them is going to come on the following week. Do you want to talk about either one of them before I tell them more about it?
If I get this wrong, I'm going to get yelled at by either you or Google, so why not? Bobby Henline is he refers to himself as the burnt comedian. I love that.
All right.
He's known as the burnt comedian. He originally joined the Army in '89. After his first enlistment, he separated from service, only to go back in October of 2001. And then during the surge in Iraq, Staff Sergeant Henline deployed to Dila Province as transportation specialist. On April 7th, 2007, an IED struck his vehicle, killing everyone but him. To best cope with the enormity of his situation, I mean, he's missing body parts and shit. He turned to humor and he retired from the Army in 2011 and is now a stand-up comedian. Bo and I both personally talked to him. He fucking is a funny fucking bastard, and he'll fit right in with this crowd. You do the other one.
Yes.
Hey, I have a quick question. You said he's missing body parts. What body parts?
You have to join the show next week to find out.
Well, I'm just wondering because you said he's a stand-up comedian.
You're thinking about it.
So he must be standing.
Yes. Or he's using a third leg.
Well, he is a stand-up comedian. I hope he has got his
like
leg.
Lowe's the sit-down comedian.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get those rights for, those of us that have to sit down. Anyway, we also have Chris.
His mom's always pushing him around, too, when he goes to the hospital.
Yeah, damn it. We also have Chris White joining Bobby Henline. If you remember last year, the year before, for 4th of July, Chris White is the guy that dressed up in nothing but a bikini thong with an American flag coloration design on it and shot fireworks from his arms. It was badass. But the reason both of them are joining us at the same time is because they have a company called Freedom Hard. You can find out more about them at freedomhard.com. They have amazing products over there. And you get to, when you purchase one of their coffees, you get to choose from 6 different charities, and $1 of your purchase goes to one of those charities. That's 6 different ones that you get to choose from, you yourself, not them, you yourself. And that's freedomhard.com. You can also find them on facebook.com/freedomhardusa. And they're going to tell us all about their amazing veteran-owned business, why they started it, how quickly they've evolved in just a short amount of time. And when I say short amount of time, I mean under less than a year. They have cigars. They are actually getting ready to come out with the whiskey, which I believe Chris has previewed to his to the followers already. So you guys go check that out. Again, that's facebook.com/freedomhardusa, and they are going to be on May 12th. That's next week, right here on Barracks Talk on dbradio.net. And also, following that show on May 19th, Bobby Henline's going to come on by himself. He's going to tell us all about his story, which Six just told you a little bit about. He's going to tell us what he's had to go through, his struggles, and where it's led him today, and why he is the way he is, and why he uses humor. So please tune in for both of those shows. I know you guys will love it. Six, Google.
I'm here. I'm just typing up stuff like the latest, this tweet that Trump put out. He says, to be tremendously honest, I ate at Stormy Daniels' pussy like a retard on bath salts. She's a great squirter, nearly drowned. She then proceeded to try and stick her huge thumb in my ass. Sad. Big league miss me with that gay shit.
It was huge. It was huge.
Hey, where's that one that I showed you?
I've got it.
Where's it?
I believe.
You gotta read that tweet by, that is the, oh, I got it right here.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
So when America was attacking Syria, obviously, here's the tweet from @RealDonaldTrump. He says, tonight, U.S. Armed Forces blew a huge load on Syrian military targets, very similar to when I blew my load on Stormy Daniels, and Obama blew his load into Anderson Cooper. You got to go to the MeWe Dysfunctional Veterans page to see that. You know how hard it is for me to find something humorous or laugh or something I haven't seen before. Even Google showed me something the other day and said, oh, look at that.
Me and you, I think you and I actually laughed about that for 5 or 10 minutes because we haven't seen anything that funny in a long time.
Yeah, I did laugh.
Yeah, it was great.
Uh-oh. I'm in Skype chat. Google brought up.
I know.
Okay. Take that out of the.
And it's
I can't
6.
take it out.
It's 6, not 7.
Oh.
I just did a count.
I'm counting too. There's 6 on my page. Warrior Suicide Prevention Foundation, Outdoor Association for True Heroes, Inc., Oath, Inc., Operation Phantom Support, Hope for the Warriors, Florida for Warriors, EOD Warrior Foundation. Pretty sure that's 6, Google.
Well.
Please show me the 7th.
Count them.
Sesame Street. Run, non-profit. Drew, non-profit. And actually, Google, you can remove that. Right click and then remove.
I don't know how to do that. That's too much work.
If you
DV
guys,
Brandy says, whoever has my voodoo doll, please finger it. I told her I would read that on the air.
Jesus Christ.
Brandy's out of her. Hey, somebody did pick up that Brandy was at the Cat West last night. Remember when she tagged the post?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was reading the comments. They were paying attention. Somebody was driving out there to see if they could find her.
Nice. Did anybody get to meet her, take any pictures? I've not seen her in a while.
I'll have to go back and look. Or I could ask her right now.
Oh, well, 6 is texting Brandy. If you guys didn't know, PTSDog's Service Dog show with PTSDog, Joaquin Watai, aired last Sunday. It's the new one. He had an interview with Coyote Moon about Banner the superhero dog and why she takes Banner to Comic-Cons and how they've had struggles out in public and at other Comic-Cons and stuff like that. So if you haven't heard it, please go over to Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, wherever you listen to your podcast. Almost every place. We aren't in a few places, and we're trying to get there. But go listen to that. It's a wonderful interview. It's great. Banner is a beautiful fucking dog. Go check Banner the superhero dog out on Facebook.com. Just search Banner superhero dog, and you can find that Facebook page.
I gotta go.
Well, go shit already.
Gotta go.
This coming Wednesday, we also have a brand new Disgruntled Discussions. 2000, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yep, they're back. Hopefully they stay consistent. If not, I'm going to have to. We're going to have to think about canceling them. Yep, they actually say that enough on their show. We'll have to think about canceling them. Yeah, I'll let Nevermore know. Is it Nevermore or Never Ready or Never Here? I can't remember 6.
6 is no longer there.
Really?
He is in
Really?
the bathroom. I guess
Really?
he couldn't hold it.
That dickhead. Jesus Christ. Actually, I've got a thought for the title of this podcast. Freedom struggles hard. Freedom struggles hard, comma brother. That way, I get Freedom Hard and Struggle Brothers all in one title, and it makes sense.
Look at that. Yeah.
What now? You guys think I put no thought into this shit? Go fuck yourselves. My fucking brain fried today when I was looking for songs for tonight. I was like, what the fuck am I going to play? I got to like the 3rd song and I was like, man, there's so many songs out there that we can't play because we don't want to trigger anybody. And I know a lot of you aren't going to get triggered by a song, but at the same time, we can't take that chance. But I was like, fuck, there's so many good ones that are so racial that are fucking going to get us banned.
Shit, you should have asked me. I have a couple.
Well, it's funny that you say that. People used to send me songs every week by Thursday at noon Eastern Standard Time to info@dbradio.net. I get no more. I get no more anymore, is what I meant to say.
Well, I remember you used to ask us every single week.
Well, then
now that I have fucking songs, you're not asking.
But Google, I didn't have to ask after like the 6th time because you guys were sending me songs, and then all of a sudden, it was like you guys didn't give a fuck.
Well, start asking again so I can give you my songs.
Well, you can send them
because I am gonna forget.
You can send them to info@dbradio.net no later than Thursday, noon Eastern Standard Time, and I'll choose 5 of the best ones.
All right, I'm on it.
If we've got time for that show.
I'm going to do it right now.
That goes for news segments in general, ideas. If you've got anything like that, go over to dbradio.net, click on the More tab, hit the Be a Guest tab under the More tab.
Sorry.
And then fill it out based on whatever it is, whether you want to be a guest, you want to have your show on here, show idea, segment, and if it's a song idea, just email it to info@dbradio.net. DV Radio.
Yay!
We got Google over there typing.
I told you I was going to do it right now.
Yeah, she's going to do it right now.
But I have to.
Forget
but
what
I have
she's
to
gonna
look
say
up
later.
the full name of the song because it was too long for my radio.
No, Google. This is funny because half the time you send me the song or the artist of what you want to hear, it's either not the right title or completely wrong fucking artist.
Well.
And let me tell you, when I say she sends me the wrong title, she'll send me like the chorus song, like the chorus words of the song, thinking that's the title of the song, and 9 times out of 10, it's not. Or remember that one song? I can't remember the name of it now, but you sent me one of the like something they kept repeating throughout the song, and it wasn't even in the song. You thought they repeated it every like little bit, but it wasn't even in the song. I can't remember what it was now.
But now, hold on. Now that I have Sirius XM on my radio in my car, you know what I do when I'm driving? I probably shouldn't say this in case we have police officers that are listening or sheriffs or whatever. But if I hear a song that I really want to hear again, and I think it'll be good on DV radio, I'll take a picture of the song. I'll take a picture of the screen so I don't forget.
Yeah, you've sent me a couple of those snapshots. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? See,
it lists the artist, the name of the song, and the album it's on.
Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong. It's never always right, though. I've noticed that.
It's always right.
No, it's
You guys
not.
won't listen to Post Malone, so we're good. All right. There was another one that I wanted to hear, but now I can't think of what it is. Dun dun dun! Is it that one? Of course, I have so many pictures now of songs in my phone.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't already, go over to our YouTube channels, Dysfunctional Veterans and DB Radio. Subscribe, hit the bell icon. We're trying to add videos on there. Give us time. Don't think that we've forgotten or we're not working on them or we're just wanting you there for subscribers. We are adding stuff. We're in the works. DV6 has a lot going on. I have a lot going on. Google has a lot going on. So we have to balance everything out. And when we get those done, I have to edit them and then I have to upload them and then all that good shit. So you have to take into account all of that. So please go subscribe, hit the bell icon. If you don't follow us on Twitter at DV_DV Radio. No, I'm not in the show. Calm the fuck down. I know somebody's thinking that.
Oh shit, I need the thingy so I can get my news going.
Yeah, you do. I've also got your Millennials Are Killing List 2017 still on there. You'll have to tell me when to take that URL off because I don't know when to take it off.
Okay.
The one where they're killing 2017, even though this is 2018.
Well, but this is stuff that they killed last year.
Well, they should have said Millennials killed 2017, not Millennials are killing 2017.
I know, but that's not the point.
Well, it is from Business Insider, so I understand. They all have college degrees.
I'm sure I can find a killing list of 2018.
Oh, I'm sure
I'll do
any of
some
us
research.
could. Oh,
Man. They're just killing shit, so, you know.
Yeah, I know. They're killing condoms and Tide Pods. Poor condoms and Tide Pods.
No, they're eating Tide Pods and they're snorting condoms.
I know, they're killing them.
All right, Bo.
You know, I did see a new trend the other day that some of these kids are doing, and it's who can leave their forearm on a burning eye of a stove the longest. So, that's your new trend, guys.
Oh my god.
Yep. I've heard of branding, but holy fuck.
Yeah, because we all want fucking third-degree burns.
Right? Man, when I worked at McDonald's, speaking of third-degree burns, when I worked at McDonald's, we were closing up one night, and we were making enough fries to carry us over for, like, the next half hour. And I reached over the fry vat to grab the basket of chicken nuggets and pour them into the chicken nugget pan for the warmer. When I done that, another guy pulled the fries up and went right across my forearm and pulled the skin off where it just came out of the oil. Oh my God. You talking about hurting. That's like the worst burn I've ever had my entire year, and it was like, or my entire life. And it's like a paper cut. You don't notice it at first. And then when you look at it, it starts hurting because you notice it. Oh my God. We had to get rid of the basket, by the way, because there was skin on it. You know, don't want my skin in the fry vat. God forbid. Jesus. When are they going to put a Tide Pod in the condom? Snafu said.
Oh, man. That would be funny.
I'm sure someone's going to cut open one right now, put it in the condom, and then snort it.
You know what's funny? Ever since the whole Tide Pod thing came out, right, I keep seeing more and more commercials for the fucking Tide Pods, and they're like, they're incredible. I'm like, people are eating them. I don't think that you want to use certain language in your commercials.
You know, it goes back to the psychological thing, and it's like when you want to buy a car, you see it everywhere, or when you want to buy a car, you see it nowhere, and then when you don't want to buy a car, you see it everywhere. And it's the same thing. When nobody's talking about Tide Pods, you don't notice it, but now that everybody's talking about it, you notice every single time a Tide Pod commercial comes on. So
that's so funny.
Right? Oh my god. So
you know what? One more thing. So I was driving home today, and apparently today was like the big cleanup stuff in like all the little towns around here and shit, meaning they had lots of volunteers picking up trash on the side of the road. But you know what I always found interesting? So they pick up all the trash, then they stick the trash in blue trash bags, and then they leave them on the side of the road, and nobody picks them up. And I'm like, you know how many fucking animals we have around here? Like, what's stopping these animals from going into the fucking bag, tearing everything apart, and then just leaving it? Like, now your trash needs to be picked up again.
They don't have people coming around after they've picked up the trash pickers?
No, they do it like 3 days later.
Wow. I think in most of the state, in most of the state down here, I can't remember if they use blue or orange. I know in some states they use orange, but they do like it's almost like a drag race competition where they'll let a car go a few seconds before the other car so it'll catch up later, and that's about how they do it down here. They'll let the trash pickers go an hour before, and then the people that pick up the trash bags that are full come an hour later. But I've actually rode past all these trash bags lying on the side of the road, and I'm like, doesn't that defeat the purpose of putting it, picking up trash? But whatever, that's logical thinking. But we do need to take a break, sadly. But we'll come back to Barrett's Talk right here on WDVR with Google's junk that it's in the news. Stay tuned right here on dbradio.net.
Do you love bacon?
Yeah!
Do you like guns?
Yeah!
Mom, I want my cheesy boost. Yeah, god damn it.
Do you love America?
Damn right you do. You crazy bastards that keep freedom ringing need to get over to mydvstore.com now.
Let's get it on.
We've got some food bread made for you.
The music.
Let's go.
You're listening to WDVR on dvradio.net. By veterans, for veterans.
Simply made for you.
Okay, redo. I can't do it now.
Let's dubstep it up a little bit.
Number 2.
Remix.
Number 2.
Remix.
Number 2.
Remix.
Okay, redo.
Number 2.
Remix. That's what happens when you're reading.
Add a little spice to your life with the Scroll discussions right here on dvradio.net. Wednesdays, 2000 8 p.m. Eastern. Oh, yes.
Man, we should keep that one.
You big dummy.
When the president lies, it's not called a lie. It's called executive privilege. I'm Fred G. Sampson, and the G is for Guadalcanal. Want to see my diary? Well, you a veteran? That's right. Oh, did you see much action? Well, only on leave.
And now, it's time to find out what stupid junk is in the news.
That DB6 was muted during this entire thing. Oh, man. All right. Let's jump into the news. Yeah, I know. Oklahoma man, 57, dies after rattlesnake bites him twice. Don't mess with snakes, people. So a 57-year-old man in Oklahoma is dead after being bitten by a rattlesnake, his wife said. Barry Lester was driving in Osage County on Sunday when he saw the snake in the middle of the road and decided to stop and move it out of the way. But during the attempt, the rattler bit him twice. It bit his left hand, and then he put it in his right hand, and it bit that too, Lester's wife Roberta told the newspaper. The couple was traveling to Keystone Lake when the incident occurred. Yeah. So apparently Barry had wrangled snakes before, which is why he was confident he would be able to remove the rattler from the road.
Were the snakes that he wrangled before on a naval ship?
It doesn't say.
I mean, you know. Just saying, just putting that out there for all those that get it.
Yep. But no, it does not. It doesn't say. And
well, my real question is, if he was a snake wrangler, why didn't he have the tools to wrangle said snake other than his hands?
Probably because they were out for his birthday.
Well,
they were just going.
I'm sorry.
They were going to go for a walk for his birthday, but obviously that plan changed when he got bit.
Well,
the report does say that this is kind of stupid. So the report says after realizing he was bit, Barry told his wife they needed to go to the hospital. The couple rushed to meet the ambulance at their Turley home. So they went home first, and then the ambulance took him to the hospital.
Nice. The man's bit twice by a fucking rattlesnake. And
right, and they go home.
Yeah, and then to the hospital. Wait, did they even get the rattlesnake? Because don't you have to have the venom from the rattlesnake that bit you, or did they figure out that you don't have to have that anymore?
It doesn't say. I'm assuming that they didn't get the rattlesnake.
Well, either way, all the professional snake wranglers that I've heard of and know and ran into usually have something in all their vehicles to wrangle a snake, no matter where they're going.
Which makes sense. I mean, that would make sense. If you're going to be wrangling snakes, at least make sure, you know.
I mean, that's like me and you and Six and most veterans. We probably have a first aid kit somewhere close by at all times.
Somebody call me?
Yep. Yes, we do.
Did somebody call me?
I mentioned you in a Facebook post.
All right.
We didn't call you.
All right, going back to mute.
Oh, okay.
Hey, do you guys need me for this last 15 minutes?
Not unless you just want to be here, Six.
Unless I want to be here?
I mean, I'm not going to be mad either way if that's what you're thinking.
I just want to go to bed.
We'll go
All right, bye.
I was at the emergency room. I was at Kelly's. And you guys are trying to be upbeat and positive, and that's what our fans need.
Well,
me snoring.
Earlier, I've heard this from DB6 3 times a day. I'm ready. I can't wait for the show tonight. Yeah.
That was 2 hours ago when I was full of hope and younger.
Huh.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you need.
So there's your rattlesnake story. The rest are kind of similar in nature because they all have to do with the police being called to the scene.
Do you want to see my snake?
6, go to bed. All right.
Even though he's already got off.
I know.
Yeah, the damn
Hey,
thing didn't want to open up on me. I was like, come on, open. And then I hit it and he gets off.
Of course. That's what happens. Vermont man uses shotgun to silence annoying smoke detector.
What?
Yes.
So I don't know about you, but they're not as annoying in today's world as they were, 20 fucking years ago when they were like really loud.
I know. A Vermont man faces charges after police say he used a shotgun to silence a smoke detector in his kitchen. Police say 2 shots fired Monday afternoon from the 20-gauge shotgun owned by 68-year-old Leroy Mason of Barton hit the adjoining wall of an occupied apartment. Mason has complained about frequent false alarms from his smoke detector, and he was upset fire crews wouldn't relocate it, so he took it upon himself to relocate the smoke detector and shot it with the shotgun. Emergency personnel say they took the shotgun from Mason, who then pointed a handgun at them while demanding his shotgun. Emergency crews disarmed Mason. No one was hurt in the incident.
I gotta say, just by listening to the article, old dude had to have been a fucking veteran at some point in life.
I mean, come on. You can take the batteries out of these fucking things if you're that mad at it.
Actually, I
have
seen some that are like legitimately wired into the wiring of the home nowadays. So he might have been dealing with one of those.
I also, you know what, since you mentioned that, there are some that if you take the batteries out, it just screams until you put batteries in it.
Yeah, that's the ones that are probably wired to the wiring of the home itself.
Yeah. Yeah. So this guy, this guy
I'll fix your goddamn ass, you fucking fire detector.
Right?
That's probably what he said.
So he shoots the thing with the fucking shotgun, and then when the shotgun got taken from him, he pulls out a handgun. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy, he's
fucking
crazy. Exactly. Man tasered by Kansas police for indecent act. This one is kind of weird, but also interesting. A man caught in a lewd act with a car was only stopped in the act after being subdued by a police stun gun. Kansas police said the man was attempting to have sex with the car's exhaust pipe when he was confronted by officers. Lieutenant Scott Powell said officers were responding to reports of a naked male underneath a car. And he said he was attempting to stick his dick into the tailpipe of the vehicle. He was high on some sort of drugs. Officers were there, and he continued to try and have sex with the tailpipe of the car. He would not listen to commands or anything, so they ended up tasing him.
I don't even want to know what that felt like. I mean, big, small, medium, large, you know that was like rough as fuck.
Oh man, that's funny. The man was 24 years old, and he's expected to be charged with a misdemeanor of lewd and lascivious behavior.
I want to know what drugs the guy was on. So I can stay away from that shit. If it's going to cause you to try to have sex with the tailpipe of a car, I want to stay away with that shit. Fuck that. Just give me some smiley face stickers. Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, come on.
Damn. I've heard people do some fucked up shit on drugs, but really?
As Devoink just posted a video in chat, I should have not gone there. of a man having sex with the tailpipe of a car.
I don't. I just see the man and the car, and I've not pressed play yet, so I'm not.
I'm not pressing play either, so don't worry. Right. Man tells police there's a guy dead in his bathtub, and it stinks. It's happened out in Indiana. Dwight Schatz, 42, was arrested this week after telling a 911 operator that he was having a rough day because the dead body in his bathtub now stinks. According to court documents, the 911 Schatz called 911 and told the operator that he was having a rough day. And when the 911 operator asked him further about this, he said, "There's a guy dead in my house." And then he proceeded to tell dispatch that there was an altercation that resulted in him shooting the man. And then he said, "I didn't know what to do. I panicked, put him in the tub, and now he's been in the tub, and now he stinks. I don't know what to do." When he was asked how long the body had been in the tub, he said, "For about a week."
I was about to say, unless he had a major fucking summer outbreak in Indiana the past week, he had to have had that guy in there a week or two. Holy fuck. All I could think about while you were reading that story was everything that could go wrong with Breaking Bad. Because there's an episode where they actually think about killing a guy, or they kill a guy and they don't know how to get rid of him. And they pour acid in a tub, and that's how they get rid of him. But the acid eats through the tub and the floor. So that's just one more add-on right there. I got this guy in my tub. He stinks really bad. Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's just making my day go to shit, man.
Once in custody, Schatz told investigators that he'd met with Klein to buy $500 worth of oxycodone, but changed his story to say that a shooter killed Klein because of monies owed. Fearing for his own life, he said he hadn't called police on the day of the murder. I guess instead he decided to put him in the bathtub.
Yeah, because
he has been charged with Klein's murder.
Yeah, because statute of limitations is up after a week of not paying a drug dealer fucking drug money that you killed in your house and left to rot in your fucking tub. What the fuck? I
know.
I remember when I was growing up hearing about people on acid and heroin and coke and harsh ass drugs. Never did I hear anybody do retarded ass shit like this.
Exactly.
I've heard
people are crazy.
I mean, I've heard retarded ass people doing stupid shit, but not while on drugs or buying drugs. Not to this extent. Holy fuck.
Right?
It's like you've heard of the 911 call where the guy calls 911 for him and his wife and says, "I think we're dying. Time has stopped. We ate a bunch of pot brownies."
Yes. I heard about that one. I'm like, how stupid are you? Well, shit happens. All right, I do have one other one that I have meant to throw in chat, and I guess I forgot. So here we go. Man's
again.
body found behind wall of women's public restroom. This one is a little creepy. This happened in Calgary.
Is this another dead body story?
It is.
Holy
shit. It is, but it is a little creepy, though. So a man's body was found lodged behind the wall of a women's public restroom in a mall in Calgary, Canada. A maintenance worker made the discovery when he was called to the 4th floor restroom to fix a toilet that wouldn't flush at the Core Shopping Center. Calgary police said the worker had removed a wall panel behind the toilet and found the unidentified body. So apparently this guy crawled through the ventilation system and got stuck behind the toilet in the women's bathroom in the wall.
If you guys
he died.
If you guys that are listening ever wondered what would happen if Mission Impossible went wrong, there you go. That's what would happen. What, like, my
Oh,
only
man.
question is, was he trying to be a peeping Tom, or was he trying to legitimately break into this place?
I think he was more like a peeping Tom.
That's
what it
sounds
sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, but why didn't he just go to the adjacent room and make a fucking hole in the wall?
That would make sense.
I mean,
but a police spokeswoman said if you were to look at the toilet, there's a panel behind it so that when people move, it would automatically flush, right? When they removed that panel, they found a deceased person behind that wall. So,
so the guy had put some thought into this, obviously, and he'd probably done it times before, but something obviously and apparently went wrong this time.
Exactly. And the police said, despite the circumstances of where the body was located, investigators do not suspect foul play.
I don't know.
And the death remains classified as undetermined. I think we can classify it as gotten stuck.
I don't know. It could be classified as foul play. I mean, you ever smelled the sewage pipes before? It's a foul fucking odor. Jesus. You gotta be really desperate to do something like that, though, you know?
Exactly. It's just funny. I think it's hilarious. But the toilet wouldn't flush, obviously, because...
I don't understand why. That's where I'm kind of, like, my mind is...
I'm guessing it's because there's a signal, you know, like the automatic toilet flushers.
It was an automatic
They've got to be
flusher.
sending a signal to get the toilet to flush. I'm wondering if he was obstructing that passage.
Well, even the automatic flushers have a manual flush on them too, right?
Yes.
So
most of them. But some people aren't that smart.
That's
Come on,
true.
how many?
Well,
I
I'm
can't
not-
ask you how many times you've been in the fucking bathroom and
I can't
with
lie.
the
though.
automatic flusher where people don't flush it manually if the automatic doesn't work.
I can't lie. When they first came out with those, I didn't know that little black rubber piece was the button. That's one thing that's misleading because it doesn't look like a button at all. It just looks like some add-on that they put on to take up space and money.
Yeah, right? I've noticed that too sometimes. It's definitely interesting stuff, but the toilet wouldn't flush. So
Well, that's been
there
your
you go.
junk. That's been your junk in the news, where Google searches the deep dark web. Had to throw that in there.
Oh man. All right, that is all. We do not have time to cover more of the crap that millennials are killing. That's okay though, because we got most of the notable ones anyway.
We got the good ones out of the way.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
I don't think that we really need to, keep going. I mean, there's other things such as loyalty and serendipity that they're killing.
Oh, it sounds like
you
we're
know.
getting onto the 7 deadly sins now.
This is good. Hold on. I just hold on. I just read this one. The 2016 election. The millennials killed it.
It's true.
You can and so when I clicked on it, it said, yes, you can blame millennials for Hillary Clinton's loss. I'm not quite sure because most of the millennials voted for Bernie Sanders. And then when Bernie didn't win, they would have voted for Hillary.
I think they mean this whole outcry bullshit on killing the election.
That's what I'm thinking too. Hey, you heard of the latest thing the latest reason as to why Hillary lost the election, right?
She didn't take a bath the night before?
No, she is blaming the Socialist Democratic Party because she is a capitalist.
I seen that the other day on Twitter when I was getting ready to reply back to somebody. I seen that bullshit.
Yep. And that's why she lost. I'm like, how many more reasons?
Before we go into ending the show, to add on to that, I love how these dickheads and asshole leadership politicians tout, you need to take responsibility for your life and stop getting on welfare if you can work and all this, that, and the other bullshit of responsibility. And here they are throwing off their dumbass elections on other people.
Exactly.
I mean, Bernie Sanders didn't win because he's a straight up socialist, and we see where socialist leads you. I mean, he has great ideas, but when you put it into a socialism society or a socialism, outlook, that is the worst fucking concept you could ever imagine.
Yep.
And I don't know what the name of this YouTube video is, but there's a kid that is talking about communism. Communism is good or something like that. Just search on YouTube, kid loves communism or something. He's a little chubby, like 7 or 8 year old with a green shirt. I remember that much. And he's talking about how great communism is. And he's an American. And I'm like, he starts out, I'm not joking to you. He starts out, if you think communism is bad, you're stupid. Okay? Just shut up and listen, because communism is great. And I'll tell you why.
We're stupid if we think that is bad.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He goes on this long ass rant as to why communism is good for America, and I'm like, kid, your balls haven't even dropped. Shut up. Like you don't even know what the fuck politics is. All you've learned is how to make a bill, and you've probably heard Schoolhouse Rock's "I'm just a bill." They probably don't even play that anymore, but oh my god, did you know that guy died?
What guy?
I can't think of his name.
Oh, the kid.
No. The one that made the songs for Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he died a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I did not know that.
I was going to mention it. I think it was the week of Ermy and Vern Troyer and all of them, and it completely slipped my mind because we were so let up on Arlie, Ermy, and Troyer. Anyway, I'm digressing. Fuck. If you guys didn't know, my allergies are fucking up, and I got a sore throat, and I'm really tired, so I'm like talking a lot. Yeah.
It's all good.
Oh, I'm like burning up too. Anyway, yeah. So if you haven't already, go over to mydvstore.com and grab your pre-order right now. That pre-order is only for politically incorrect, not liable for hurt villains. That ends Monday, May 7th. That's either tomorrow or today, depending on when you're listening to the podcast. And if it's after Monday, May 7th, you missed out. I don't know if that shirt will be back. That's for Google and DB6 to decide. I don't make those choices. I just press buttons. Anyway, mydvstore.com. If you haven't already, go over to dvfarm.org or smile.amazon.com where you can make DV Farm your charity of choice, and a portion of your purchase goes directly to the DV Farm. No hidden fees or extra costs, and that's it. Make DV Farm your charity of choice at smile.amazon.com, or you can click the donate tab on dvfarm.org. And just to let everybody know about that website, it's going to be changing come very soon. So don't be surprised if you go over there and it's all completely redone. We're working on it right now. It's going to take some time because of all the shit we've got going on, and I am not complaining at all. I love it. It's a good thing that we've got so much going on, but just be ready for that. PTSDog still needs your help to get his book published. Head over to his GoFundMe right now and donate. If you cannot donate, be sure to share and spread the word and let everybody know that he wants to get this book published by Mother's Day. He only needs $300 more. That's it. Not a cent more, but another extra few cents would not hurt at all. So go over to his GoFundMe. That's GoFundMe.com/let's-publish-PTSDog. Or you can find it on Facebook.com/PTSDog, where you can also keep up with his Q&A videos and a lot more stuff. Don't forget his brand new show will be May 13th. I had a fucking Down syndrome moment there. I didn't know what. Anyway, do you have anything else, Google?
I do not. I do not. Other than enjoy the rest of your Saturday night.
Well, I can't do it like Recoil, but go over to dvbarracks.com if you want to stay off of Facebook, social media altogether, and nobody, follow you and see what the fuck you're doing, or let grandma see you in your leopard-colored thong that, rides up your ass and squeezes your testicles. But go over to the DV forum at dvbarracks.com, make an account. You can search it in anonymity. You can change your name to any name you want and your picture to any picture you want. Just click on the right top-hand corner after you make your account, and that's all you have to do. We've got a lot of great stuff over there. Again, that's dvbarracks.com, the DV forum. For DV6, Recoil, Google, myself, Bonerwood, this has been Barracks Talk right here on WTVR, dvradio.net. We're going to end tonight's show. I know there's a lot of you that want us to keep going, but in the words of Mick Jagger, you can't always get what you want. But until next week, Boxicles, bye-bye.
Hit us up on Facebook and Twitter.
That's all, folks. Goodbye, motherfucker!
DV Radio.